the buzzer by Reese. It's good! It's good! He did it again! Is it good? Let's see! It is good!
Miles takes it to Gennaro Thomas. Jumper for the win. Good!
Hi, everybody. Dave Winder here on the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Coach will join us in just a moment. But first, here on the very beginning of the Racer Report, let's get you caught up on what the Racers have been doing. This past week, on Thursday night, the Racers scored a huge win
into the left corner.
in the CIT
for three.
quarterfinals, 85-73, as Towson came in out of the Colonial Conference. A great team, and the Racers had a big run in the second half to get it done, 85-73. So that'll bring us into this week, Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central Time at the CFSB Center. It's the Racers against Pacific out of the West Coast Conference. The Tigers are 18-15 overall. They were 6-12 in the West Coast Conference, and we'll tip it off at the CFSB Center at 8 o'clock. Now, before that, the other semifinal is at 6 o'clock Central Time in Lexington, Virginia, as VMI, 22-12 out of the Big South Conference, takes on Yale, 18-13 out of the Ivy League. It's a big week this week for the semifinals of the CollegeInsider.com tournament. And that will bring us to our time with head coach Steve Prohm here in the Race Center on the Racer Report. A great win over Towson this past week, Coach. I know you got to be extremely happy about the way your team's playing here.
Yeah, it was a good win. It was a good win against a good team. Towson had a tremendous year. To win 25 games is terrific, and was proud of the way we responded. First half, we were just kind of game went back and forth, but we were able to hit them with a couple spurts with the ability to make shots. Dexter, Jeff Moss, campaign, and really extend the lead out.
And I tell you what, the atmosphere at the CFSB Center has been the best it's been all season. It's really a neat thing that we're experiencing here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I'm baffled by it. You know, we're major conference games that we had this year, and we were in basically first place through basically the majority of the season. This crowd is electric. And it's not even close. And the only thing I can compare to that I've been a part of in the years that I've been here is my first year here when it was sold out.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing. We're going to go ahead and roll the tape here and take a look at the highlights from the game against Towson. Now, when when Towson came in, Coach, you know, they're a team that was 13-3 in the Colonial, like the Racers were 13-3. They lost in the semifinals of their conference tournament. Pat Scarry had put together a tremendously talented team, and Towson was at the bottom when he came in. He's done a really good job, and you guys are up against a very good basketball team.
Yeah, we were. You know, Benjamin is a terrific player, a tough matchup for us. We played a very good team out of the Colonial League, like you mentioned. Early in the game, you know, we struggled guarding them at times with some of their ball screen actions. That was a great steal by Farrell, and that's what we need to do a better job of in the first half, is getting deflections and being in the gaps a little bit better, which we did in the second half, and we were able to get some runouts because of that.
Okay, well, during these highlights here, you're going to see a lot of Tyler Rambo, and you're going to see a lot of Jonathan Farrell. Those two young men are playing about as good as they've played all season. And then you can't forget about Jarvis Williams. He was just a rebound away from the Racers having two double-double guys, and then Payne had 24 points. Man, everybody is just performing at a high level right now. You got to be really happy with that.
Yeah, they're playing well, and you know, these guys like to play, and we've got a terrific point guard who fortunately is just a freshman and just going to get better, and all these guys we're watching are coming back next year, so that makes me feel really good. You know, Jonathan Farrell's just improved so much. I mean, he couldn't get through a workout in the fall to the point that, you know, you're almost frustrated with him, but he's really gotten himself into great shape.
That bucket there by Williams came at the 4:43 mark, and the Racers were down 29-27. There were, I guess, three parts in this first half, Coach, where the Racers were down by 6. I never really felt like you were in danger of falling behind, you know, by a lot. But you really finished the half really, really good. Fields there hit the 3 after the offensive rebound, and then Payne gets in the lane and scores. And you were only down by 3, could have been 6, maybe could have been a little more, but it was good to cut that down at the half.
Well, it's really, really big because I was a little concerned. It was kind of that 5-6 area, and it could go either way. You know, you didn't want to get to 8-9 with a defensive stop by them and a shot, but fortunately we were able to get it to 3, and that put us in a good position.
Then we go to the second half, and there was a point here where it was 57-57 with 9:50 to go. And the old man on the team, Dexter Fields, hits back-to-back threes, and then here we go. It was one of those classic Racer runs.
Yeah, and we have some teams in the last couple years that have been able to put some really nice runs together, and this team can do it too because the way they shoot the basketball. But when Dexter made that second three, this place was up and roaring.
Now, Towson certainly had some great players. I thought Guthrie was a good player, although he lost it right there, and the Racers got going. Moss didn't hit his first field goal till 16:08, but he really made his presence felt late in this game too.
Made some big plays for us. You saw there on the breakaway dunk, but you know, you keep going back, these clips keep showing Jarvis scoring around the rim. I think he was 7 or 14. We got him a lot of touches, and he was able to finish. Okay,
here's the first three by Fields, and that put the Racers up 60-57. Then they got another stop, and again, Fields just a catch and shoot. His season average now is in the top 15 all time for a single season at Murray State. I think he's up around 42% on his threes, and he's really it just seems like here late in the season he's shooting it even better. And then what a game Payne had there. But you guys just really, you got a lot of stops right here. And boy, when you get that engine revved up, there's no one that wants to do that with the Racers because you could really hurt a team.
Well, Cam can just really push tempo and dictate tempo. And when you've got a terrific guard, especially at the point, and you've got other guards that can make plays, you see TJ make a tough shot there and finish, and guys that can make shots. You got spurtability, like Clark Kellogg says, and we have that. The thing we've got to continue to do is as we go into next year and finish this year is, you know, be more disciplined at times, take care of the basketball, but if we can become a dominant defensive team, then we can really become a special basketball team.
Well, this part here was basically under the 5-minute mark. The Racers just put the game away. They just kept the pressure on Towson. Burwell there had a great game. He had a 20-point game, but the Racers got the steal there. And Farrell finishes with the slam, and then we're going to see Payne put the Racers up by 18 points with 3:17 to go. And Coach, that pretty much put a cap on it as your team just really hit the gas pedal and put this game away.
Yeah, you know, when you make shots and you get stops, the game's easy. And you know, Cam is makes the big one there, and that kind of can keep the lead going and kept the lead, spread out. And, I think at one point we were up 19, I think, late in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's take a look at the box score at the end. The Racers end up shooting 49%, as Towson did, but the Racers just did a good job there during that, say, the last 9 minutes of the half. I probably should have gone back to look at their shooting percentage in the last 9 minutes. It probably wasn't that good, but the Racers hit 10 threes for the game. Towson was 4 of 11. But here's one of the big stats, Coach. Jarrell Benjamin, he's the two-time Colonial Player of the Year. He had 14 points in the first half, and you held him to 4 in the second half.
Yeah, it was a big stat. Holding him to 4 points was huge. That was able to limit them. And we had, I think it was 85-66 is when we were up 19, and they scored the last 7 points of the game to get it to 12. So it's a great win. Happy for our guys. And now we're headed to the last week of the season regardless.
Yeah, regardless, because the Racers are in the semifinals of the CIT, and they're going to take on Pacific on Tuesday night. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. But on the other side of the break, we're going to hear from Dexter Fields and Cameron Payne. We'll do that next on the Racer Report.
Enough of this golf already.
How much of the golf?
Golf's stupid.
You're stupid.
Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable,
Any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Give me that laptop.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask how you can save up to $600. Switch to a better entertainment experience, guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Steve will join us again here at the Race Center in just a moment. But, man, what a game it was for the Racers on Thursday night in the CIT quarterfinals. Let's pick it up. It was 57-57 at about the 9:30 mark, and Dexter Fields hit 2 big three-pointers, and you had to feel great for that lone senior on this club to be the igniter of what was a 24-6 run. Fields' 2 threes that right there meant that he had 5 for the game, which tied his career high. And the Racers then really hit the gas and just left the Tigers in the dust and won at 85-73. After the game, senior Dexter Fields talked about getting to play again. And the star of the game was freshman Cameron Payne, 24 points, 7 assists, and 5 steals.
We expect it, but the crowd has been outrageous, and I just feel like I still can leave as a champion. That's the only thing on my mind right now is finish these 2 games off strong and leaving as a champion.
We all like shooting threes, and when I see Dick shoot a 3, I feel like I just shot a 3 and made 1. So I mean, we just love putting the ball in the goal. We love being happy for the next teammate. That's what I like about our group.
Yeah, yes, sir. We all came together as a team and said we want to play. We want to keep playing. We don't want to wrap it up yet. And we all came in and said we're going to do it, and we keep rolling.
Good words there from Dexter Fields and Cameron Payne. You know, you have to feel great that Dexter gets to play at least one more game, and that's kind of how we've been doing this is, you know, Dexter gets to play one more time. He's the senior class all by himself, and then Cameron Payne talked about how the team just enjoys seeing their teammates be successful. That's the thing you've got going here. You've got a really tight-knit group, and it is a very good team.
Well, these guys have grown a lot. And, you know, we want to finish out the right way. We were so close to winning a regular season conference championship, which is such a special feat, but we came up short at SEMO. We've told that story enough, you know, but you know, conference tournament didn't play great, but credit Eastern Kentucky on that, and they went and played really well against Kansas and represented our league well. But we got a chance to finish out this tournament with a championship, and that's our guys' mindset. But we got to get by Pacific Tuesday night. You know, one thing you'd have to believe here, Coach, and I've seen it firsthand myself, is coming off of the OVC tournament defeat to Eastern Kentucky, this team picked themselves up really quickly. And you've had great practices during this CIT, haven't you? Well, we try to limit practice a little bit too, and not being there too long, but try to be spirited, fresh, and keep these guys enjoying playing. And they've done that. And the thing I was most pleased with these guys is they all wanted to play. They all gave spring break up and said, "Man, let's go play and let's get better." And you know, there's only 14 teams playing, you know, regardless of the tournaments. Right. You know, it's like, you know, everybody wants to play in the BCS Bowl, you know, in the BCS games, but there's other great bowls with really good teams playing in it, whether it's the Cotton Bowl or the Alamo Bowl, the Outback Bowl, and they've got some good teams in this tournament. We beat some very good teams, Missouri State, Towson, to name a couple. Yeah, absolutely. So the Racers against Pacific on Tuesday night here at the bank. Now it's a little bit of a later start. It's an 8 o'clock tip on the CBS Sports Network. The early game is VMI at home against Yale. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. So coming up in just a moment, we'll preview the CIT semifinals and talk about the Racers' opponent, the Pacific Tigers. We'll do that next on the Racer Report.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Enough of this golf already.
How much of the golf?
I'm stupid.
You're stupid. Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable, any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Give me that laptop.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask how you can save up to $600. Switch to a better entertainment experience, guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
I go because my friends are here.
I go because
It's so close.
I go for the small class sizes.
I go
To get a better job.
I go because I can take classes when it works for me.
I go because I can transfer my credits.
I go for some of Kentucky's most affordable tuition.
I go because it's crazy not to.
For all the right reasons. The Kentucky Community and Technical College System. Higher education begins here.
What are you guys doing? It's summer. Let's hit the beach. You need a Pepsi. Ooh. Let's have some fun. Woo, all right. Summertime is Pepsi time. You got to work on that tan, bro.
We're back here on the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Dave Winder here, as it's a big week for the Racers in the collegeinsider.com tournament semifinals. Let's take a look at what's going to happen Tuesday night. The early game is the Yale Bulldogs. They're going on the road to Lexington, Virginia to take on VMI. Yale was second in the Ivy League, 9-5 behind Harvard. And VMI was 11-5 in the Big South, and they were second behind High Point. And VMI's won 22 games. And then you get to the Racers game, the Pacific Tigers. They're a first-year team out of the West Coast Conference. They were 6-12 in their first year in the league. Gonzaga was the champion. And the Racers, of course, they were second in the OVC at 13-3 and 21-11 overall. Both of those games are on the CBS Sports Network. And, of course, all Racer games are on Froggy 103.7. And you can get audio from GoRacers.com and Froggy 103.7.com. Coach Ron Verlin, he's the first-year head coach at Pacific, a little bit like yourself. You were assistant coach with Billy Kennedy for 13 years. He was assistant coach at Pacific for 19 years. He's a new head coach. And I'm sure they feel the same way about getting an opportunity to play in the tournament as the Racers did. And they went on the road and won it at Grand Canyon. Then they've had a couple of impressive wins at home as well, including the last one against Corpus Christi.
We'll beat Corpus Christi in the second round and then actually beat San Diego in the quarterfinal round, which is a common opponent within the West Coast Conference. So, Pacific is, they've won 18 games, I believe, this year. Like you said, they've got a new coach. The former coach, they had a lot of success. They've had some good NCAA tournament teams. I'm not sure, they may have won a game in the past, but they're that team because they used to be in the Big West Conference. That used to be one of the main representatives from that league. So they've finished the season, pretty strong to put themselves in a position to be in the semifinals of this tournament. We've played St. Mary's out of that league. We've played San Francisco out of that league over the last couple of years, so have a lot of familiarity with that conference.
Well, we're taking a look at the Tigers a little bit. Interesting to note, the Racers played at St. Mary's. Pacific played there, lost only by 6 points at St. Mary's. They lost by 8 points at home. They beat BYU at home. That's a good league they played in, and for their first trip in there, you've got a very good opponent coming in here on Tuesday night.
Well, it's the first, like you mentioned earlier, it's their first year in the West Coast Conference. They formerly the Big West, I believe, is what they were in. But St. Mary's, BYU, Gonzaga, San Francisco had a good year this year. It's a very good league. It's a very good league with some really, really good programs. Obviously, when you have Gonzaga in there and St. Mary's, two really, flagship programs for that league. So, but it'd be a great opportunity for us to get another good non-conference win and move to 22-11 and hopefully get a chance to play for a championship on Thursday night.
Okay, well, there's the matchups for Tuesday night, Yale and VMI and Pacific against the Racers. We're really looking forward to it, and we want to make sure that you're out here Tuesday night at the bank. Just remember, it's an 8 o'clock tip It's not the 7 o'clock tips we're usually having at home, but it's a little bit later, and we want to make the CFSB Center rock like it has the last 2 home games here in the tournament. All right, we're going to take a break here with head coach Steve Prohm. We'll come back in just a moment here from the Ray Center at Murray State University.
Enough of this golf already.
How much the golf?
I'm stupid.
You're stupid. Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable, any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Give me that laptop.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask how you can save up to $600. Switch to a better entertainment experience, guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Seconds to go. Harper coming forward. Moves in top of the key. 6 seconds to go. The 3.
We're back here in the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm in the Ray Center at Murray State University, and a big semifinal game of the CIT coming up Tuesday night when the Racers take on Pacific. Coach, you wanted to take a look at the CIT stats, and this is the game at Missouri State and then the home wins for the Racers. But when you take a look at it, Coach, 2 of the things that you really emphasize is defensive field goal percentage, and you're holding your opponents to 42%. That's below what it was for the season. You're holding your opponents to 27% from three-point range, and that's a good, healthy rebound margin there, too, of +4. So you got to be really, really happy with those parts of it so far.
Yeah, you know, the Towson game defensively, statistically, wasn't as good as we would have wanted, but, you know, 42% defensive field goal percentage isn't bad. 27 from 3 is terrific. Another big stat, we're still +7 from the line, and we're shooting 83% in the tournament from the line, which is terrific for our guys. And playing some good non-conference teams to be +4 rebounding and only giving up 66 points, but scoring 80. A lot of really good stats. We're really in the good positive area, assist to turnover. The opponents are in the negative area, assist to turnover. So we're doing some really good things statistically in this tournament, and that's why we're 3-0.
And you just look at the rebounding, too. You've got Farrell with 9 rebounds a game and Jarvis with 8.3. To have Jonathan Farrell improve like he has been a huge lift.
Well, he's almost averaging right now as a double-double in this tournament. So, you know, he was 4-2 in the fall, you know, 5-3. And so he's made great strides. And, you know, those 2 guys, Jarvis and Jonathan, are just going to get better and better through this. We're not going to have much of a spring, really. Right. It's just going to be summer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. As the Racers on Tuesday night will be playing for the first time in the history of the program in April. I think that's kind of neat, too. Racers against Pacific Tuesday at 8 o'clock here at CFSB Center. Our final break on the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm coming up. We'll wrap it up and have Neil's calls in just a moment.
I go because my friends are here.
I go because
it's so close.
I go for the small class sizes.
I go
to get a better job.
I go
because I can take classes when it works for me.
I go because I can transfer my credits.
I go for some of Kentucky's most affordable tuition.
I go because it's crazy not to.
For all the right reasons. The Kentucky Community and Technical College System. Higher education begins here.
Hey, ladies. Enjoying the film? Of course not. Because this is our movie! And Dr. Pepper 10 is our soda. It's only 10 manly calories, but with all 23 flavors of Dr. Pepper. It's what guys want, like this. Catchphrase. So you can keep the romantic comedies and lady drinks. We're good. Dr. Pepper 10, it's not for women.
10 seconds to go. Harper coming forward. Moves in top of the key. 6 seconds to go. The three.
Enough of this golf already.
How much of the golf?
Golf's
stupid. You're stupid.
Boys, settle down. At Time Warner Cable, any of these devices can be your TV at the click of a button. No one offers more sports on more devices than Time Warner Cable.
Why, have you got a laptop?
I want the cell phone.
Give me that laptop.
Call 1-855-WANT-TWC and ask how you can save up to $600. Switch to a better entertainment experience, guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
All right, we're back here in the Race Center at Murray State on the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. He's got a smile on his face because the team has really taken the opportunity that they were given to continue to play. And I don't know if there's been another team in the country who has used that opportunity better than the Racers have to this point. I know you're very proud of your team, but now you got to focus. It's one more week. And if you win 2, you got yourself a CIT championship.
Yeah, it's terrific, and we're proud of it. And I'm, 95% of the people here in town have been tremendous supporters of us in this tournament and everything. I really appreciate that because this team needed it. This team needed to play. Only 28 regular season games playing. I had mentioned that earlier. But so many good teams and programs have played in these CIT, CBIs, and the common fan doesn't know Butler's done it, Pittsburgh's done it, Creighton's done it. Terrific basketball program. So, I'm pleased in the direction that we're going. I think we're, over the last couple of years, I think we're 73-23. We got a chance to finish with 75 wins if we can win these 2 games in the last 3 years. So that would be terrific, and that's our goal. I told our guys, let's try to finish the year 21-6 and go 23-11, and then let's get ready for next year. That's awesome stuff, and we invite you to be out and support the Racers this week. Steve, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Looking forward to Neil. Me too. Neil's Calls is up next. Neil Bradley, the voice of the Racers. He had a good week too.
There by Williams, off the miss by Guthrie. The Racers have it. Left side wing 3 by Fields is good.
Nice job. Dexter filled the lanes, got to the outside. No one came up on him. And Campaign did a great job getting the ball to him that time.
Racers it out top to Moss. Had a little bit of daylight, didn't want to shoot. Looks to Payne. Catch and shoot 18-footer is good. On the baseline, Payne strokes it at 6-3. To Damas, to the right side it goes to Burwell. Stolen by Farrell. He'll get a run out and do what he wants. He'll stuff it. It's a Dunkin' Donuts dunk, and it's 7-3 Racers. Check in at that dead ball. Benjamin off to Guthrie. Also McGlynn checked back in. Guthrie did lose his footing. Racers are going to get a run out, and Moss stuffs it this time. A Dunkin' Donuts dunk shot.
Benjamin balked it the last time on him. Moss is like, come on, challenge me. It's going down.
7 points, but passed up the shot. Payne has it on the far sideline with 9:30 to go. Gets a screen from Farrell. Finds Fields for a 3 and hit it in the left corner. Lead, it comes to Payne, who pushes it. He's at the top of the key, right side, catch and shoot 3. Fields hit another one! Dexter Fields wanted that by Sapp. Loose on the floor, Moss has it, 3-on-1, finds Williams, he lays it up and in. It's a 13-point lead. And another timeout taken by the Tigers.
Pat Scary's seen all that he wants to see right now as the Racers go up big.
Terrific job in the second half. Okay, we'll play Pacific here on Tuesday night, TV game. It'll be a later start. Okay, Yale plays VMI, and then play Tuesday. Let your family know it's on TV if they can't get here, and then Thursday as well. And let's finish this thing out. Our goal is finish 23-11, finish winning 21 out of 27. That's our goal. All right, great job.
Tomorrow you're off.
Noon on Saturday. Okay, let's finish this last week out.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, let's finish that this last week out, and let's get better. All right, play like we did, carry that second half over. All right, say the right things, handle yourselves the right way. All right, let's go. Eyes up. 1, 2, 3.
Eyes up!
All right.